Again, Jarad King, the owner of Protective Enclosures Company. It's another day in the life that we were doing. I go over, day in the life today was crazy like usual. Some of the main things, we had a couple of meetings with manufacturers, actually, because we're switching manufacturers. So there's been a lot of work that goes into that. We're switching our manufacturers for one of our core products here in the U.S. and going from North Carolina to Kansas, actually. So we're working through that. A lot of meetings, a lot of stuff that has to happen. That was part of my day today. As usual, you'll probably hear me say this every time, dealing with Amazon to an extent. Trying to figure out how to change SKUs, keep ASINs, and so on and so forth, because we have some issues with things not working correct with our ERP system. So a lot of back and forth with Amazon, our ERP providers, kind of the normal things. Things have picked up a little bit, last month, this month, which is amazing, giving me some hope. I know in previous day in the life, really went over kind of where we are as a company and how difficult it's been the last 10, 12 months. But figured I'd give you a little tidbit of information or insight or lessons learned, maybe is the best thing to say. And I in no way think I'm the know all be all, or the best entrepreneur in the world, or the best business owner, or the best that's just not how I think. But I can tell you a little bit of knowledge in some life lessons that I've learned. I'll give you one today. Tell you the story. First business I ever started, which was a smoothie shop, cafe, actually. Didn't want to do a franchise and give away 7 and 10% and have someone dictating how I could run my business. We started from scratch. When I say we, me and my wife. Newly married and kid on the way, to be honest with you, and started a smoothie shop from the ground up called Maui Smoothie. Did everything, build out, logos, started the business, of course, came up with the menus, tested out all kinds of recipes and came up with the names, and everything was super cool, right? It was a really cool place, all about Maui, which is actually where I proposed to my wife. So it's called Maui Smoothie. Anyways, got this whole business up running. This was 2007 that we actually got the business off the ground. Everything went well for about a year, actually making a profit, which is crazy in a startup and a small business, but we were making a profit, had employees, everyone was happy, everything looked like it was going to be a success. 2008 hit, and everything, and anybody that was involved in the 2008, I don't know what you call it, recession, obviously the downfall of the housing bubble and everything else that went into that, and food costs, everything went through the roof. Being my first business, I didn't watch the numbers. I didn't watch the margins. I knew blueberries went from $50 a box to $150. I saw us starting to struggle, right? I saw that profits weren't there. But I didn't understand how to really look at, review margins, the numbers, right, correctly as a business. Again, I never dealt with that in the past. I didn't take business classes. I didn't go to college, and so I didn't keep my eye on margins and the numbers, and ultimately about a year later we had to close the business, right? It was one of those things where if I would have really kept an eye on everything, and I was kind of off-site, I wasn't working at the location. I was actually starting another business, and completely my fault, but the business failed. And a big part of that is because I didn't know the numbers, I didn't know my margins, I didn't know how much was really going out at that point compared to what we were selling it for, and ultimately took the business out. Well, that and food costs and everything else. But so know your numbers, know your margins, and make sure you're running your business with profit. And if you can't, then you're going to go under. But you might as well know your numbers and raise your prices if you have to, and hope that people will still be able to buy it, opposed to not really knowing your numbers, and then it gets too far and you're done. So that is my words of wisdom today, that if you're going to start a business, make sure that you understand your numbers, make sure you understand your profits, make sure you understand your gross margin, net margins, net profits, all of those things. Spend some time learning them if you don't know how to read them on a P&L and on your financials, because you have to know them to run your business successfully. And to understand when things are starting to go wrong and what's going wrong. These are the indicators that will tell you a lot of that stuff. So that's it. It's a day in the life. Appreciate your time.
Hi everyone, just doing my day in the life real quick. So some of us are actually at InfoComm this week, which is an audio-visual industry convention. So I'm at the booth and we are just meeting people, introducing them to the products. So I'll show you real quick around the booth. Here we are. People love that display with the water falling on it. It really shows right away what our products are about. That's the TV Shield we were just looking at. Here we've got the Display Shield vertical format. People love this for menu boards, scoreboards, things of that nature, digital signage. Now we've got the TV Shield PRO Lite. Please note that when we use cameras in certain lighting conditions, it really creates more reflection and glare than if it was installed properly, with all the considerations you would do to install a screen in the right place. Plus, again, the camera itself actually does seem to create more reflections and glare than when you are seeing it in person. So yeah, that's the TV Shield PRO Lite. This is a indoor enclosure model, very popular at schools, for example, and any kind of indoor high traffic application. Now we've got the Display Shield. This is one of our bigger units for the Display Shield model. Looks really cool, looks really great. Again, that one is more of a commercial, typically a commercial application as well. It has these security screws around the edge, so it's a little more high security and a different kind of functionality. The way the front will completely lift off when you do unscrew all the screws, versus its sister product, the original TV Shield. The TV Shield has locks on the front, and you just unlock it and then you would lift up the front. And then this is the TV Shield Pro here, which is obviously a very beautiful unit. And this one, the front fully lifts up and it has gas shocks, so it stays open. It comes with a full motion mount and a commercial grade power strip inside of it. So the TV Shield Pro, it's really popular in multiple applications, and both residential and commercial. Really popular product, and this is also one where you can add touchscreen capability if you want. We do offer a solution for that. Pretty cool having that one on display. And then we have the TV Shield E-Series. So the TV Shield E-Series is great for more low-key outdoor solutions or environments, So with this one, you just remove the front cover and put it on the hooks down at the bottom when you want to watch TV outdoors, and then you put the cover back on. So it's really just providing that more full protection when you're not using the TV, is how this one is designed, which is a great solution for a lot of people. And again, just to be clear, it doesn't have quite the same weatherproofing that, for example, the TV Shield Pro, the Display Shield, or the TV Shield has. It doesn't have the same kind of sealing, so it doesn't have the level of water defense, for example, but it is great for like under overhangs or maybe on a porch. So it does provide certain, protection, and definitely if you're only looking for like screen impact protection in certain scenarios, it could help with that as well. So another great product. So that is the booth. And thanks for joining us for a day in the life, and hope you have a great day.